Hi everybody, my name is Juliana. I'm back to the channel. This is Panda, the cutest thing alive, and we're here today to talk about God. Have you ever thought about what is God and how to find God among us? We're gonna be talking about this today and in the Spirits book from Allan Kardec. And if you like this video, please thumbs up, subscribe, comment below what you want to hear next. Or if you have some questions, comment here and I'll come back to answer some of your questions. Let's leave Panda alone right now, right? Isn't he the cutest? Bye. So let's go ahead and start. Question number 1 from the Spirits book is, what is God? Yes, straightforward. God is supreme intelligence, cause of all things. So basically, we know God is the creator and is the cause of all things around us, all things in the universe. Question number 2 is quite interesting that Kardec chose that question right after asking, what is God? And he asks about the infinite. What is infinite? And the answer of the Spirits is that which has neither a beginning nor an end, the unknown. All that is unknown is infinite. So that is a really interesting question, because us human not having all the intelligence to understand what is infinite, that's probably why he chose that question. Because if we think about infinite, we cannot understand. So even if we think about the universe, could you think about exactly what the universe is? We only know the universe is infinite only because we know by science that it's always expanding. So since it's always expanding, it's infinite. It's also quite hard to understand how creation had a beginning but doesn't have an end, so it's infinite. We tend to always think about barriers or a period or something that ends, and well, we don't have the intelligence to understand what is infinite. They're trying hard to teach us a little bit with the limited intelligence we have. So question number 3 kind of explains why Kardec chose as the infinite question right after God. And then he asked, can then we understand, in question number 3, that God is infinite? And the answers of the Spirits is basically lack of intelligence, right? Lack of language of humankind to understand what is God and what is infinite. This definition is incomplete because we don't have the intelligence to understand it yet. So saying that God is infinite, we don't know exactly what God is, neither what infinite is. So it's kind of hard, very complex to really understand both things. So basically, God is infinite in some ways. For example, he is infinite in his divine perfections, but it's infinite for us is very abstract. God is not infinite because he's the cause. He's not an attribute. He made it. So he cannot be the infinite, right? Makes sense? I hope it does. So if the universe is infinite and God is the cause of everything, he allowed it. He made it. You understood? I hope so. So if the universe is infinite, for example, and God is the cause of everything else, God cannot be the infinite itself, right? Because he's the cause of everything, so he created it. So Kardec go ahead in question number 4, and he starts to ask about proof of God's existence. And the Spirit says, well, get the science. If every single thing has a cause, if every single effect has a cause, just look at that cause and you'll find God. So when you look at this beautiful view, lakes and rivers and sea and the mountains and the nature, and even if we think about how human body works, like, it's just crazy. How can people think this is just by chance, right? Basically, they're saying that something cannot be created by nothing. Simply cause and effect, science, guys. And then in question number 5, Allan Kardec asks the most genius question. At least for me, this is a really important question. He basically asks why people in all the eras, why humankind has this need of a creator, or has this need of a religion, or, there's always something. And you can say that to every single population existed on earth, they believe in something greater. So why is that? And Allan Kardec asked this question, and the spirits answer beautifully. They basically say that the reason for this effect, the cause, is because God exists. This idea wouldn't come from nothing. And just stop to think about it. Like, all the people, all the races and all the places and all the eras, they all believed in something. And that came from what? The real cause, that God exists. I love this answer. And then he go ahead and ask, well, number 6. So could this idea be because of education, because someone taught them so? And the spirits say exactly what I just said. If such were the case, how could this intuitive sense be retained by primitive cultures? And well, I'll leave yourself to think on your own little mind how people throughout history, from the primitives, the very barbaric, every single culture believed in something greater. And that, for me, I like to relate that to instinct, right? Like animals do. How they go and know where to go when it's cold, to go to the warmer waters, for example. We have that instinct that the creator is there, that it exists. And then question number 7, I'm gonna go ahead and read. Is the first cause of creation found in the essential properties of matter? I think Kardec is talking about material something that eventually made life happen. And they say, the spirits say, that how this could be without this first push. So they say, then what would be the first cause of the properties? There must always be a first cause, right? How those properties got there, basically. And then Kardec go ahead and write down below after the spirits answer something that I really think is nice to read for you guys. It's real quick. To attribute creation to the essential properties of matter would be to consider the effect as a cause, because these properties are an effect, which must in turn have a cause. So this first push, who gave this first push, right? Sure, could be from the property, but who was behind that? Who created that property, that matter? The creator. I'm gonna go ahead and skip to question number 9 because I feel like it sums up everything we talked about. And Kardec basically asked, where can I find, or how can I prove that this effect is coming from the supreme intelligence? And the spirits answer with a proverb, brilliant one. They say that the worker is known by his or her work. So basically look around, see how things work, how nature works, how our body works. How can this not be a crazy supreme intelligence creator that just by chance, by nothing, it happened? No, guys. This effect is from a supreme cause. And then for you that is a little lost in thinking that this is a very complex thing, I agree with you, but Kardec have question number 10 and 11 to make your mind a little better to understand that. And first question 10, he asked, is humanity capable to understand God? And the answer is no. Humanity lacks this sense required to comprehend God. And then he go ahead, question number 11, he asked, will humanity will ever be able to comprehend God? And the answer from the Spirit is yes. Whenever the spirits are no longer obscured by matter, and whenever we're closer, right, to this vibration of what they say, striving for perfection. Really nice, right? So I know this is very complex. This is a topic that I love. Is the first chapter of the Spirit's book. So you can go ahead and try to read, understand more, and go forward. There's just more 400 questions about it. But it's very nice to understand a little bit the basics of what is God and how to find God and how to know that if we're ever going to understand God, and well, at this point, no, we're not going to be able to understand. We lack language. Imagine how much we lack intelligence. All right? Not that you're dumb or anything. You're just not prepared for it. And God is not allowing you to understand Him and His creation in full. So that's it for this video. I hope you like. Please thumbs up, comment below, subscribe, all those good things. And I'll see you next time. Bye.